It's time for the Southern Mallee Giants report. The fella that I'm going to welcome to the microphone is got a very, very sore shoulder from chopping wood all week. Coleman Schache is with us. G'day, Coleman. How are you?
Yeah, going well, Flo, man. Good afternoon to you.
I'm just asking about the wood shop. It was part of the goods and services auction, and apparently a few loads got sold off, and a lot of money was raised by the Southern Mallee Giants. Give us the sort of number that happened. This is on a web-based auction, not a night auction, and I believe the number is quite sensational.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic night. It was pretty interesting to see how it was all going to pan out. Obviously only online and nothing live. So I think everyone just went home after the footy to their houses and sort of just got on their iPads and phones, and everyone was just started out bidding each other. And after relaxing after the footy, it was a bit of entertainment. There was a few blokes getting bid up a fair bit, and the club, Georgia really ran it really well, advertised it well, and to her credit, it was a very successful figure. And I think it was up around 70 grand. So thanks to everyone that's chipped in, and all the locals who got behind and supported it, and it's a massive fundraiser for the club. So I think they're very, very happy. Yeah,
apparently Ross Brown donated his grand final tickets to the AFL because Richmond won't be there.
Yeah, I think he had a couple of years of supply of those. So. He's had his turn, Brownie.
Oh, good stuff. Hey, it's great to hear about the club's efforts last week on the field. You took on Dimmy, and it was a hard-fought win, 10-12-72 to 7-10-52. And clearly Dimmy came to play to Beulah, but you had the answers and you shored up the top three. You did what you had to do, Coleman.
Yeah, we did. We got off to a good start. Benny Webster, I think he kicked 3 goals in the first quarter. So he was a good target up forward. And Drewy also snagged 3. So we got off to a really good start and had the ball in our forward 50, forward half for the majority of the first half. So we put the pressure on. To Dimmy's credit, they come back in the second half and made us really work for it. And it was a good contest there. But would have liked to be a bit more consistent over the 4 quarters. But, we got the job done and secured that top 3 spot with a double chance. So that's important, going forward into the finals. Yeah,
apparently they were trying to auction off a poster of Rupert Sangster, a very, very solid-looking fellow. Apparently he likes photos being taken of him.
I don't know where he got there, but he's a very fine specimen, Rupert. He's a very chiselled man, so I'm sure he would have loved the photos floating around of him.
He was best on ground too, so I'm giving him a bit of a pump up here, but he did play well, and he was in front of Tyler Lehman in the better players too, which I think would have went down fairly well. The great Coleman Schache, did you pick yourself as second? I mean, that's a pretty rare achievement, you getting in the best players this year, Coleman.
No, not at all. I definitely don't pick him. But Rupert, he's hit some really good form at the moment. Him and Tyler, they're sort of, some of our top-line midfielders. So when they're playing good footy, we tend to play good footy as a team. So it's good to have those boys up and flying at the right time of the year.
All right, I've drawn you out a little, but you haven't taken the bait. Rosie with a couple, O'Neill and Buglia with the better players for Dimmy. And I thought on the list here you've had the goal kickers, and good to see Ben McGee and your better players too, taking a run-on type role, which is good to see. Hey, looking at the reserve grade, Coleman, this was a really important game for your team, and you came out and it was right there from the very first bounce. 12-9-81 to Dimmy, 3-4-22. You'd have to be impressed with that win.
Yeah, the reserves are very happy, and as a club, it was good to see. They sort of haven't been playing the best footy over the last couple of months, and it's got a bit to do with a few of the restrictions and a couple of players unavailable, but they really gelled well on the weekend, and it was a bit opposite to the seniors. It was sort of a bit of a battle early, like a really good contest early, and then the young fellas' legs just really kicked in the second half, and they started to run over Dimmy and had a really good second half. So I think with that win, they have almost guaranteed themselves a double chance. I'm not 100% sure on that. They're in third at the moment, but I think it'll take a big couple of results swinging in in a couple of other games for them to lose that. So hopefully they just do the job themselves and have a win on the weekend and make sure it's 100% locked up.
Yeah, win it and they're there. I mean, that's really it. There's no issue with that. If they lose it, then they'd have to rely on the nil Tigers to lose also, but nil Tigers percentage is really low compared to the Southern Mallee Giants in the reserve grade. Good to see in the team in the reserve grade, Liam Holland, a very good game from him. He's got his promotion into the senior side. Also Colbert, I think, is he coming up into the seniors this year, this week too?
Yeah, both of those boys. Liam Holland will debut for his first senior game for the club, so that's exciting to see. And Bodie's had a really good couple of weeks in the reserve, so he'll get his opportunity on the wing. He's been one of the best players over the last month, so good to get some run in, and he deserves his another crack at it.
Does. Martin kicked 5. He was third best. Garner and Dodson both got a couple apiece. And then Billy Allen. How about this? This is a great story, isn't it? He was on the interchange for a good part of the season since he started back into the side midway, I reckon. Now he's in the best players. That's great stuff.
Yeah, Billy's a great young kid. Hardly misses a training session. So he's a small, skinny kid, and he's starting to just get more confidence each week. And when the ball gets into his hands, it always finds a target or goes through the big sticks. He's really, really silky and really creative, and he's got a smart brain. So he's just going to keep getting better and better the more confident he gets.
Yes, Marshman and Connor McLean. Good to see their names in your better players. The boys in the morning, it was always going to be tough, and we sort of said that it'd be really great to see the kids get a win, but it wasn't to be against the opposition at Dimbulla. They came out pretty tough, 9-12-66 to your blokes, a couple of goals in the end. It was a couple of late goals too. But I guess they didn't get mercied until the last quarter, so that was a good sign.
Yeah, it was. They fought really hard, and I think it was until the last 10 minutes of the game until they got mercied. So it was a good contest all the way up until then, and they even kicked a couple of goals in the last quarter to really delay that mercy rule coming in. So they fought hard, and then I know Lewin at three-quarter time just kept encouraging them to keep doing what they were doing, and they did, and they got a bit of reward with a couple of goals to Aiden Credlin. So it was good to see.
Yeah, a bit of a celebration too after them. Hallam and Frankel, Roberts, A. Credlin, S. Williams and J. Crisp, really good players for the Southern Mallee Giants. All right, we get to this week. It is round 18. It is the final round of home and away matches. You've shored up your position on the table, which is a great achievement. But you come up against Ararat. And I reckon, is it Josh Webster's gone out with an injury?
Yes, unfortunately we have... been hit with injuries again this week, which is not ideal at this time of the year. Josh Webster on the training track this week. Hopefully he'll only be 1 or 2 weeks. And Hayden Drew just pulled up a bit sore as well, so he should only miss the one. And Matty Ballinger with his ankle didn't quite get up either, so he'll be 1 or 2 weeks away. Hopefully back for the first final, a couple of those fellas. But yeah, it opens doors up for boys that have really been playing good reserves footy. So there'll be opportunities come through the finals, and it'd be good to see if Bodie and Liam and also Braid O'Carra comes in after a couple of weeks in the reserves. But he's played some good senior footy this year. So we know all those boys are capable, and they all offer us a bit of different assets in the back line, whether it be forward with Liam in the ruck, and Bodie with plenty of run on the wing. So, excited to see how they go.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And I do notice that the coach has moved himself to full forward. Now, is there any reason that you're going to be right beside the fridge? And I know that young Jonty Bellinger last week, the fridge had a couple of shots for goal, might have missed him. So does the coach go up there to stand right next to him to make sure he kicks them?
No, for starters, Jonty, he'll be telling me what to do down there. He's a very natural forward, so that's why it was good to see, and that's why he created his opportunities last week. He got on the end of a couple of good leads. He read the play well, took a couple of good marks. Unfortunately, didn't put him through the big sticks, but that'll come with his confidence. So he deserves another crack at it. And yeah, it'll be good fun to play next to him down there this week.
So I reckon a couple of handballs from the coach over the top on the goal line. You reckon the fridge might get a couple of easy ones?
I know if he kicks one, there'll be some good celebrations, that's for sure.
Looking at the reserve grade, and this is going to be very interesting because I think they've got some very, very good players that are going to be missing now. And is the depth going to be tested? And when you sort of came to the selection table, what were the numbers like sort of at the bottom end? Have you got enough players to really be competitive this weekend?
Yeah, the depth, it's probably this week it's been tested the most it's been all year. So Nick and Sam, they're doing a really good job coaching and managing the situation. Obviously, with a couple of the boys that travel back home each week are unavailable due to being in Melbourne. And then cross that with a few injuries that we've just had in the last couple of weeks, it really takes, sort of those 6-7 players out, which starts to test the depth. But, last week they had a couple missing and they really stood up. So this week will be a good challenge for them again. And, I think Ararat, below them on the ladder. So they'll definitely have to stand up. But, the opportunity will be there to keep the good form rolling as they head into the final.
Yeah, Ararat are 5 and 7. They're in 7th place, but both Nil and Dimbull are in 4th and 5th. They get the Horsham sides, and the Saints are 2nd, so it's going to be tough for one of them. And then these boys, the Southern Mallee Giants, I reckon that they've got to get over the line. That will give them the double chance, and it will put your both senior teams in at the same location playing, which I think it's probably good to have the whole of your list playing on the same weekend in finals.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. Yeah, the more teams in there with the double chance, the better. So we'll get the seniors and the reserves in there. And I know the A grade and the netball have been going fantastic. So they finished top. They'll actually get an extra week off. But I think B grade and C grade are also fighting for those final spots this weekend. So it'd be fantastic to sort of get those 4 or 5 teams into the finals.
You're right. Now the kids come up against Ararat, and I'm told on good authority that they've actually got themselves all prepped pretty well. They've had their first win of the season at training this week when they beat the Parents. Is that right, Coleman?
Yeah, that sure is right. They come out firing, and it was a bit of a hit out. All the dads versus the kids. So it was two halves of 10 minutes, and I think that was definitely enough for the old fellas. So Buzzer Moore, he wasn't afraid to throw his weight around. I think he sat a few of the young ones on their bums, but I think Pat O'Halloran might have did his hammy. So they definitely didn't come through unscathed, the old fellas. But it was a good finish, and it was Cody Frankel kicked a goal after the siren to get the boys over the line. So it was good fun, and it was good to see. Yeah,
okay. So like an EJ Witten game, really, isn't it? Right to the end, it's very close, and then somebody gets to win it. Were there any reports out of the game? I mean, any of the old fellas that have been told they won't play again?
There was a couple of times, I think, when Eddie Hallam lined his son up there once, and I think he gave away a 50-metre penalty, so he definitely didn't hold back on his son. And same with Nuts Williams. I think he drove his son into the ground after he tackled him. But, they'll be definitely looked at.
Good to see. The kids, how are they feeling about Ararat, one of the top sides? Of course, always got good juniors down there. How are the kids feeling about this weekend?
Yeah, no, they're excited to finish their season off. Yeah, Ararat are definitely a strong team, and they'll have plenty of numbers. So I think we are a little bit short this week with a couple of boys unavailable. So, they'll get a good hit out. I know Ararat they're a really good club to work with in the juniors, so they'll no doubt give us a couple of plays down the track and make it a good hit out to finish the year for the fellas.
Yeah, all right. Sounds great. Coleman, it's going to be a terrific weekend, the last round of home and away matches for the Southern Mallee Giants. And, we look forward to hearing how your future wood chopping exploits continue, and those reports for some of the dads and how many matches they will get for not playing next season against the kids. You have a great weekend.
Appreciate it, Flo, man. See ya.